Good evening to everyone. Welcome to YCB Level 2 Yoga, Ministry of Ayush Government of India certification conducted by Swami Vivekananda Yoga, Mancherial, Telangana, India. So today our guest speaker, Swapna Madam Garu from Nellore. He is also Ayush examiner through TQ Cert. So listen carefully, gain the knowledge in yoga and propagate the yoga. Okay, over to Swapna Madam.
Good evening, one and all. May I know your background very briefly?
Yeah, sure. Sure, ma'am.
Just maybe Harita Garu, would you like to?
Yeah, I'll introduce myself. Yeah, myself Harita. I'm from Bangalore, Karnataka. I'm a software engineer.
Right.
And నాకు ఇక్కడ చాలా అంటే ముందు నుంచి నాకు చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి హెల్త్ ఇష్యూస్ ఉండేవి. చిన్నప్పుడు హెల్త్ ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మా అమ్మ యోగా చేసేవాళ్ళు, యోగాసనాస్ లో. ఆ నుంచి అలా ఇంట్రెస్ట్ తో నేను యోగా సైడ్ వచ్చాను.
మీరు ఏమైనా కోర్సెస్ చేశారా? హావ్ యు డన్ ఎనీ కోర్సెస్ ఇన్ యోగా?
I have finished YIC course under Reddy sir.
Okay. Fine. Thank you. From how many years you have been practicing?
Almost I have been into yoga 15 years back నుంచి నేను యోగా చేస్తున్నాను. 15-20 years నుంచి. When I was some around 14 years.
Thank you, Harita Garu.
Thank you.
Vijaya Garu, good evening, Andy.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Vijaya. I completed MTech. I'm from Miryalaguda. నాకు యాక్చువల్గా చాలా హెల్త్ ఇష్యూస్ వస్తుండే, అందుకు యోగా చేయాలనుకున్నాను. కానీ నాకు యోగా కూడా చాలా ఇంట్రెస్ట్. చిన్న ఏమన్నా నేర్చుకోవడం, క్యూరియాసిటీ కొంచెం. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి నేను వైఐసి కంప్లీట్ చేశాను. ఇంతకు ముందు తెలియక ముందు ప్రజ్ఞ యోగా అని అనిత మేడం ఫస్ట్ యాక్చువల్ గా దాంట్లో జాయిన్ చేసుకున్నారు. తర్వాత రెడ్డి సార్ నెంబర్ ఇస్తే వైఐసి కంప్లీట్ చేశాను. ఇప్పుడు వైసీబీకి వచ్చేసాను. నాకు చాలా హెల్త్ ఇష్యూస్ వల్ల ఇందులోకి రావడం జరిగింది.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ. నెక్స్ట్ ఆశా గారు.
Namaste. Initially I was not actually software field, that is a hardware based software actually. That is you might have come across this Suzlon windmills where I was working actually.
Okay.
I left the job almost some 5-6 years before I left the job, and thereby I slightly developed interest in yoga. I don't know how. When I was in hometown, I just joined for 15 days course just to try. I don't know why that attraction has came in me, but just to try. When once I was into this yoga practices, without my notice, I was gaining that energy. I don't know from where I'm gaining this energy and all. And also I was feeling very calm at my minds. So that is the initiation. So I was very much interested. I didn't took any courses as of now. Okay. This is the first course I'm in. But based on this 15 days course only, which I took in my hometown from one of my guru, I was practicing on my own, and I was trying this, that, and some asanas, you know.
May I know which course did you finish that 15 days? Was it
not course, ma'am? Actually, that is simply I was taking the classes actually for everybody. Yoga classes, that's all. Random yoga classes. Just how everybody will conduct the classes. So just I joined to practice the asanas and all. And I came to know that is only not asanas. That is much beyond to know about this philosophy, yoga philosophy, and about our anatomy and all. So thereby I developed slowly interest, and I wanted to just give this yoga to all the people which I No, not only the people in the family, but beyond the families also. I'm from Bangalore, ma'am. I must say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not
Madam, actually she is doing YAC, madam.
okay. Fine, sir.
Within 20 days, she is taking excellent classes.
Okay, sir. So 3 people are from Bangalore. One was from Harita. You were from Bangalore, right?
Yes.
I'm from Bangalore.
Asha garu. Vijaya is from
Miryalaguda.
Miryalaguda. Okay.
Nalgonda district, I think.
Okay. So I think the 3 of you are having at least some background because you have done your YAC course. I believe by this time you might have known what is yoga. Yoga is not about only asanas. There is much more the dimensions of asanas. Yoga has so many dimensions. Before that one, let me introduce myself. Myself, Swapna, as Reddy sir has introduced. I also worked as a examiner for Ministry of Ayush as part of Tata Certification Board. Besides that, I am a software engineer. I work for Oracle India for Bangalore. I work as a principal technical manager over there. I have done my master's from IIT Madras. Then I have finished my computer science doctorate also. Right now, I am doing my PhD in yoga also. As you all, almost 3 of you came into yoga because you were going through some health issues. One or the other health issue you faced, then somehow, some path, something arised, a spark came into you and you came into this yogic path, and you felt that because of yogic practices, you are feeling better. As Asha told, she felt that so much energy she is gaining after doing yogic practices. So one way, you people have thought, many people will be practicing yoga, but out of those, you three people got a spark that let me learn more. What exactly is yoga? What is the philosophy behind it? What is there in yoga besides asana? So this spark came into you and you joined this YCB course. So I think you might have gone through the syllabus, but just 5 to 10 minutes. I assume that all 3 of you are attempting the level 2 only. That's why I'm sharing the level 2 syllabus. If any one of you are writing level 1, it's fine. Almost most of the units, you will be getting extra units more than level 1. So I am keeping aside the requirements and all. So this is the marks distribution. So if you are writing any exam, you should be aware of what is in the syllabus, how the marks are distributed. You should always have some study plan to crack the exam. Imagine this is an exam. Of course, you are reading this YCB, attempting to write this YCB exam to gain some knowledge in yoga. But since you have enrolled, you should pass this exam with good marks. So you should know what are the subjects and what is the syllabus to be covered. As you see in the theory, the first unit, Introduction to Yoga and Yogic Practices, you will be getting around 20 marks. Whereas Introduction to Yoga text, that is Hatha Yoga Pratipika, Hatha Yoga Ratnavali, Gerenda Samhita, and some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita and some definitions from Mahabharata. All these come under Introduction to Yoga text, that will be carrying around 20 marks. And Yoga for Wellness, which covers about human anatomy and some therapeutical aspects, not all, but some aspects, how to take care of our cardiovascular system, how to take care of our health, and how to what is the diet we need to follow, patya, apatya, etc. All those things come under Yoga for Wellness. So 60 marks for theory. Practical, Reddy sir will be explaining. In general, practical you will be assessed based on your demonstration skill. That is how you are demonstrating a particular asana, how you are demonstrating a particular pranayama, your facial gestures, the way you are going to teach that asana, the way you are going to explain the purpose of that asana, teaching skills, application of knowledge. For example, why do we ask a particular person to do Surya Namaskar, and why do we avoid Surya Namaskar for some particular clients? So how do we need to apply the knowledge which you have gained by reading this YCB books or YCB syllabus? It's not like that. Application is very much important. Whatever you are reading, you should be able to apply that knowledge to a particular context. So application of the knowledge, field experience. If you have been taking classes somewhere, So that would count around 10 marks. So total this will be around 140. So 140 plus 60, 200 marks. Now, just a overview of the theory subject, which is, as we said, there are 3 units. The first units will be covering about introduction to yoga and yogic practices, nothing but the origination of yoga. When was yoga was originated, the history of yoga, what are the definitions of yoga. This first chapter is very important one, because in general, when you appear for Viva, that is when you appear for practical exams, there is a high chance that you will be asked a question, give me any 3 definitions related to yoga. So one definition maximum people which they answer is yoga chitta vritti nirodha from Patanjali Yoga Sutras. But you should also remember the definitions are by heart, or every day keep on repeating those definitions in the class. That is from Bhagavad Gita, Kathopanishad and Mahabharata. Then we go through the history and development yoga from the pre-Vedic period. How yoga was evaluated, how it was originated, what is the history in the pre-Vedic period, Vedic period, and then comes the modern era. Of course, all from the classical era, then this digital era, how yoga has been evaluated. We give a brief introduction of the Sankhya Yoga, and also there are 6 darshanas which we will be covering in our units. Out of the 6 darshanas, darshana is nothing but a philosophy. Out of these 6 philosophy, yoga is one of the darshana. So we will explain about the yoga darshana, and light sketches and teachings of the famous yoga masters like Ramana Maharshi, Aurobindo, Vivekananda ji, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and many other B.K. Iyengar. All the teachings of the famous yoga masters will be covered, and some of the principles of yoga which we should practice for a healthy life. We also go through 4 different streams of yoga: Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Raja Yoga. We explain the concept of Sukshma Vyayama, Stula Vyayama, Surya Namaskar. Of course, this would also be covered in the yoga practicals. But theory-wise, we just try to explain why Sukshma Vyayama is important, how is it different from the exercises, physical exercise. This is one of the most important question in the practicals. The first question the examiners would be asking you, what is Sukshma Vyayama? What is the difference between Sukshma Vyayama and Stula Vyayama? And what is Surya Namaskara? Who invented Surya Namaskara? At what time Surya Namaskara our ancient people started practicing? Then we will be describing the principles of Shat Karma. Then we will go through the principles of Yoga Asana. How many types of Yoga Asanas are there? We explain the classification. Then principles of Pranayama, Ashta Kumbhaka, that covers in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So by this time you might have all, since you have covered YAC, I'm just going through the syllabus. Don't think that I'm going very fast. This is just an overview, what is there in the syllabus. So Pranayama would be explained, different types of Pranayama. Bandhas, we will explain the bandhas, what are the health benefits, and who should practice bandhas and who should not practice them. Dhyana, and then Pratyahara, all those things we will discuss. Yogic relaxation techniques, that is Yoga Nidra. We would explain Yoga Nidra, instant relaxation technique, deep relaxation technique, relaxation technique. That is about unit 1. Almost unit 1 is the basic introduction of most of the things which we think as yoga. So first unit is nothing but the fundamental principles of yogic discipline. Now we are going a little bit depth into the subject, that is introduction to yoga test. Many yoga teachers still now, if you ask them, could you name any 3 classical textbooks related to yoga? Only 50 to 60 people will try to give their names. Other people, they won't be able to even remember. But of course, they will be propagating as yoga teachers. If you are letting yourself or saying that I am a yoga teacher or I am teaching yoga, you should have basic knowledge about Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Hatha Yoga Ratnavali, Geranda Samhita, Kathopanishad, then Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata. So these things, at least conceptual wise, you should be knowing what has been taught in these classical textbooks. There is one question which frequently the examiners ask. What are the 3 classical Hatha Yoga textbooks you have gone to prepare for the exam? So the 3 books name you have to mention. Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Hatha Yoga Ratnavali, Giranda Samhita. Of course, there are other concepts, Prasthana Trayi, that are 3 books. We will be going Smriti, Shruti, all those things will be coming. Purushartha, 4 Purusharthas of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, we will be explaining those. And how yoga has been explained in Kathopanishad, Prashnopanishad, Taittiriyopanishad, with emphasis on Panchakosha Viveka and Ananda Mimamsa. Then we will be explaining the terms Chitta Prajna, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga and Dhyana Yoga with respect to Bhagavad Gita. Then we will go through healthy living in Bhagavad Gita, Ahara, Vihara, Achara, Vyavahara. Patanjali, everyone should by heart these slokas which has been mentioned here. From first unit 1 to 12, second unit 46 to 51, third unit 1 to 4. So 12 plus 5, 17, 17 plus 4, 21 sutras should be by hearted. You should every day read these sutras and keep it in your mind, because these are very much important with respect to exam, and also they are going to help you while you are taking the classes. So if you are explaining about dhyana, so there should be one sutra in your mind. You should be able to explain. Then we go through Patanjali Bahiranga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. Then Antaranga Yoga we will be explaining. What is meant by mental health according to Patanjali Maharshi. Then we explain about these 3 books which I said. Then Sadak Tattva, Badak Tattva according to Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Concept of Matha. What do you mean by Matha? Where to practice yoga, how the place should be. So in our books they have already given how a place should be there when we are practicing yoga. How should be the place? Away from dust, away from pollution, how the place should be decorated, on which mat we should be sitting. So many things they have given or explained about Matha. Matha is nothing but a place where you practice the yoga. Mitahara, that is the balanced diet. Patya and apatya, food to be taken, food should be avoided. Concept of nadis, all the nadis which we are going through, the Sushmana Nadi, Surya Nadi, Chandra Nadi, etc. Then we explain about Shatkarmas, Asanas, Pranayama, Nada Anusandhana. The third unit. So second unit is the heart of this YCB syllabus. First unit is the foundation. If you are good at foundation, you can go anywhere, you can write the YCB level 1. Second unit, if you are good at second unit, YCB, it's just a cakewalk. You can just attempt any question which they are giving. Third unit is nothing but a little bit away from yoga. That is a combination of yoga and anatomy. So here we will be learning about human body, the 9 major systems of the body. What are the sensory organs? How the sensory organs help in achieving expertise in yoga. Why we should concentrate on our sensory organs. How the sensory organs help us to attain pratyahara, which is the 5th step in Ashtanga Yoga. So that's why we should know what are the sensory organs. What is the function of each and every major system of the body. Then yogic concept of health and wellness. Tridoshas, Sapta Dhatus, Agni, Vayu and Mala, all those things we will be explaining. Dinacharya and Ritucharya, how a day should be there. What should be taken according to season. Ritucharya, Rituvulan Bhatti. So based upon the season, how the food should be taken, how a day should be planned. Importance of Ahara, Nidra and Brahmacharya. Mental hygiene, how to maintain perfect mental health. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Apeksha. Importance of psychosocial environment for health and wellness. Principles of Ahara. Health benefits of Surya Namaskar. Silent practices and contraindications of yogic practices. Who should follow, who should not follow. And knowledge of some common diseases like diabetes, PCOD, arthritis, heart problems, then knee problems, etc. There are around 9 to 10 diseases which we will be explaining, and how to prevent them, how to manage if you are suffering. Knowledge of role of yoga in the management of non-communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are something which are communicated from person to person. Non-communicable, diabetes is not a communicable disease, it is a non-communicable disease. For example, cancer, how yoga will be helping to maintain or to balance the cancer, how to get out of some of the benefits of cancer, and then yogic management of stress and its consequences. So these are the 3 chapters or 3 units which we will be covering in the YCB syllabus. So these 3 units should be in your mind. Unit 1 is the yogic foundation. Unit 2 is yoga tests, that is all the 3 texts with including Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata. Unit 3 is the anatomy with respect to yoga, how to learn your anatomy with respect to yoga. And therapy is nothing but these things: health benefits, knowledge of common diseases, etc. These are the 3 units. Now, I think Reddy sir would have been covered. I am just assuming. If not, yogic practicals he would be explaining what are prayer, shatkarmas, sukshma vyayama, and stula vyayama, all those things. Dr. I.V. Bashwareddy sir, now he has retired. Actually, he is the head of Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga. That is the central institute of yoga education in India. So if we need to get any information or if any protocol has to be issued for the public, I.V. Bashwareddy sir should sign that document. That means he is having central, he is the person who is having the power and authority to devise any yogic protocol or to devise any subject or any course, whether it is a simple YIC course or if it is a 10 days course or 15 days course or 3 days course from Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, we should get the approval. Actually, he is a Kannadiga person. He was heading this MDNIY. There are many institutes. If you are aware or not, MDNIY is the central institute which is located in Delhi. Besides this, there is Kaivalya Dhamma Yoga Institute which is at Lonavala. That one was actually the first institute which was started in India late before independence itself. Around 1920 or 22, Swami Vivekananda garu, he has done research on yoga. The research was while doing pranayama and while doing Surya Namaskara, what are the physiological parameters that are getting affected? Physiological parameters anante heart rate, blood pressure, and then there are so many clinical parameters which they will start measuring. So all those things, the very first experiment was done by Swami Vivekananda garu at Lonavala. Then there is one other institute at Bombay. Hansaji is the head of that institute, the Yoga Institute Bombay. Then BKS Iyengar garu, the guru of BKS Iyengar garu was Krishnamacharyalu. Krishnamacharyalu is from Mysore. Krishnamacharya's disciple was BKS Iyengar garu. Krishnamacharya sir's yoga is nothing but Vinyasa yoga. That technique is known as Vinyasa. Whereas BKS Iyengar gari yoga school is nothing but yoga with the help of properties. He gives more emphasis on alignment. For example, if we are doing Trikonasana, our entire body should depict 4 triangles. If you are doing Trikona, when you come to Trikona, 4 triangles should be seen in our body. So the exact alignment, how the leg should be, how the position of toe should be, how the position of hip should be. When you are doing Trikona, many people tend to come forward. They will tend their chest and shoulders forward to keep their hand on. But that is not the right way. You won't get the entire maximum benefit of doing Trikonasana. You should rotate your hip backwards. You should push your chest backwards. So his emphasis, BKS Iyengar gari emphasis was on alignment. After that, Patanjali Ramdev Baba. So you might have seen many. Ramdev Baba is famous for mass in the sense he was the first person who introduced yoga to people in masses in the sense he used to conduct yoga classes where lakhs and lakhs of people come and gather at that place. Many people have got many benefits by practicing Patanjali Ramdev Baba's pranayama. For example, Kapalabhati pranayama, Bhastrika pranayama. He was famous in introducing yoga to the common people. So if you see, yoga has been in our India since long back. but the famous people who started introducing from step by step before independence up to now. Right now, if you see, there are many people. Isha Sadhguru Garu, he is propagating yoga. Art of Living, Ravi Shankar Garu, he is propagating yoga. Besides this, many masters are there. Ramana Maharshi Garu, as we said, Sir Aurobindo, Swami Vivekananda. So many people, as we are progressing towards the modern civilization, many masters came into existence and they have started propagating yoga. So that is about the syllabus.